Are you going to charge for that unbelievably gorgeous set of nails? I'm really excited about this set because it's kind of representative of what's coming, Valentine's Day, and I know you're gonna have those clients walk in your door, they're gonna show you that shot that they found on Instagram, and they want these nails. Here's today's situation. Your client walks in, she brings you this set of nails that she found, but she wants them a little bit different. She wants them more on the red side, whereas these ones have a little bit more of a fuchsia look. This is going to be a full sculptured set of nails. This set of nails has this simplicity, which is part of the beauty. It's got this tri-color ombre look. It goes from this really, really dark glitter fuchsia into the glitter and then into just the pink. So there is this like 3-layered ombre going on. There are a bunch of different ways you can accomplish this look, but you have to use the supplies that you have. And here's the thing, you want to be able to accomplish this as quickly as possible, because at the end of the day, time is money. You're in the salon, you got to crank the sets out, and it's the holidays. There's chaos, there's madness. You've got to pump these nails out. Now, I don't have the answer of how we're gonna do this. Thank goodness we do have somebody here that is going to be able to help us, and her name is Tracey Ryerson. Tracey Ryerson?
Yes, hubby Salo.
I am dying to know how you're gonna do this. On first look, it looks very simple. As you know, you've been watching me stare at this set, like I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, you've been, since we posted it, you're like,
I'm totally hounding.
Obsessed.
I'm totally obsessed.
It's a little
like
weird.
Stalking this set of nails.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's a little weird. How are we gonna do this? Take us through how you're gonna accomplish this.
Don's work is always beautiful. So when someone comes in and they have something like this, we want to be able to use what we have. I want to use my airbrush to create the ombre, and so there's nothing wrong with that. Like when someone comes in and they're like, I need this, I want this, but I want you to change it up. They don't know what was used in that set. So just with confidence, pull out what you think you need to use and use it. So we're gonna, with confidence, pull out a airbrush. We're gonna use 2 different colors, hot pink, magenta, and a red, and then we're gonna mix up some glitter, and we're gonna do it over a full set, and then we're gonna see what we're gonna charge.
And I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you do it as long as it looks like what they want.
Yeah.
And if the nails last and you accomplish it in a timely manner, is that not all that matters?
That is all that matters. And remember, you may not get it exactly. You're gonna do your little twist or your little version on whatever art that they bring in. And don't stress about it. Just have fun with it.
Perfect.
Thank you, I am, thank you.
Are you ready?
Sure. Okay, before we get started, let's go over the product we're gonna be using. We're gonna be using our Cover Pink acrylic. With that, of course, we're gonna be using our Young Nails monomer. We're going to be using our new handy dandy airbrush gun. With that, we'll be using the colors red and hot magenta. And then we're gonna be using 3 glitters to make a custom glitter mix. We'll be using royal red, fuchsia, and crushed pearl. Let's get started with our demo. Okay, I've already prepped and protein bond my nail. Put my form on. We're gonna use our Cover Pink powder. We're gonna get our liquid with our brush and start to build our extension out. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is grab a good sized pearl. When I submerge my brush, I actually push my brush all the way down into the liquid. What this does is it releases the air bubbles from the brush so you don't pick up air bubbles in your product. Okay, once we do that, we're gonna pick it straight up. I'm gonna tap just once on the side, and then we're gonna go into our powder. Let's pick up a good size pearl. We're gonna put pressure. As we put pressure, it picks up the pearl. And let's go to the nail. Okay, let's take that first pearl. We're gonna put it out on our form. I'm gonna wipe my brush off, and we're just gonna walk it up. Gonna make sure we meet that sidewall. Same thing on the other side. Walk it up, and I'm just gonna pull it. Start to make my shape. Pull it out. Okay, make sure we are hitting those sidewalls, connecting it all the way to the groove. And let's go ahead and build out our body. Okay, let's take our second pearl. We're gonna place it towards the cuticle area. The first thing we're gonna do is make sure we connect it to the cuticle area. It's at its best adhesion when you first lay it down, so we wanna make sure that we get it to that cuticle area. Pull it out. Brush it forward, connecting it to that free edge that we already created. Okay, once we have that, remember, everything's very deceiving, kind of deceiving looking when you're looking at it from the top. It'll look like you have enough product, but we always want to double check that side view. And I can see from that side view that maybe I want a little bit more product right here. So we can go ahead and pick up another pearl if you need it, and just place it right there. Blend it in. Don't overthink it. If it's a little bumpy, a little lumpy, it doesn't matter. You got to file anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry. I'm gonna file and shape it, and then we'll get back to the design. I've filed and shaped my nails. Now, the one thing I want to talk to you about is how you should leave the top of your enhancements before you go to your airbrushing. I go from a 150 file, I swipe them clean, I go straight to airbrushing. If you take a buffer and you smooth these out, and you oil, and you lick, and you oil, and you buff, you're gonna get chipping. So again, 150 file, we're gonna go straight to airbrushing. Let's get our airbrush out, shake up my paint, and we're gonna put a couple drops in the well. Okay, usually about 4 or 5 drops. We'll do a whole set. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna turn it on. So let's get started. We're gonna take that pink. I always like to start out on the table towel, and then I work my way up to create that ombre. I want it a little higher than halfway. Let's go to the next nail. Up, nice and controlled. A little more than halfway. On to the next. Hit up. A little more than halfway. On to the next. Same thing, we're just gonna keep it going. Get that hot pink, hot magenta down. And we're gonna do the thumb. Now, if you want it more opaque looking, you can always lay some white down first. I'm liking the color I'm getting without laying white, so we're good to go. Next thing we want to do is we kind of just want to flush out our gun, get all the excess paint out of there. I'm not going to rinse it because red will go right into the well and it'll blend without a problem. So let's go ahead and pull our red out. And we're ready to go. Okay, again, I like to go on to the table towel, and then we're just gonna work our way up into that red. Okay, just hitting it about 1/4 of the way up. Covers the pink nicely, but we're still leaving the hot magenta exposed in the back. Onto our middle finger. That's gonna give us that opaqueness at the tip, so it covers that glitter. Keep it going. Okay, and on to the thumb, really hitting that tip. Okay, I'm happy with it. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and pull out our glitters. We have our crushed pearl, we have our royal red, and we have our fuchsia. I'm gonna get an empty mixing jar, and let's mix our color. I'm gonna start with fuchsia, and this is pretty much gonna be like a 50-50 mix. We'll see as we go. That fuchsia, let's grab our royal red, do about the same amount. And then we're gonna grab our crushed pearl. The reason I always love to do like an iridescent like crushed pearl is it's really gonna make it bling, especially when you're working with really dark colors like this. Okay, let's get our lid on, shake it up and see what we got. I think I want it more on the red side, so let's add a little bit more red. So when you're custom making, this is kind of part of it, right? I call it Chemist Barbie. We're kind of just mixing and seeing what we get. And this is because we're sitting here and we're mixing in front of the customer, and it's not an exact science. We're not sure what color we're going for. We're trying to work with our client. We're trying to find the right color. So it takes more time, which means more money. Yeah, I like that. We got a little more of a red tone going, but we still have that fuchsia, and that crushed pearl is just popping in the jar. So the top coat I want to use is, I'm going to use the stain resistant top coat. This has a really nice sticky surface to it. Plus it works really, really well over airbrushing. I'm going to kind of pay more attention than I normally do to the sides and the end, so we know we've capped that airbrushing really nicely. Keep it going all the way through. And I kind of just like it this way, but that's okay. Glitter makes everything better. It's like bacon. Okay, let's get that on. Again, just really making sure we're hitting the sides without bulking them up. Okay, let's get it in light. We're gonna set it for 60 seconds. I want you to grab that custom glitter blend, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab the crushed pearl straight too. May not use it, we'll find out. Okay, so as always, gonna go to the jar, to the nail, jar to the nail. That way we don't gunk up our brush. Gunk up is my technical term. Okay, let's grab it. Let's put it down. I don't want it to go all the way up. I don't want it to completely cover. I'm gonna grab that crushed pearl. We're gonna start it right there. Walk it up into the pink. Yeah, I like that. Blend it out a little bit more. Nice. Brush it down so everything's flattened out. Let's go to the next one. Again, we're gonna grab that pink. The nail, go to the nail, right about there. Let's grab that crushed pearl. I'm gonna start it right about there and start walking it up. Another thing you can do is we can go ahead and just take our brush and start brushing it this way a little bit. That's gonna give that fade in there too. Nice, let's keep going. The nail, we're just gonna hit that very tip, and then let's grab that crushed pearl, put it in there, combining the two worlds, brush it up a little bit. Now I'm getting the sticky top coat on, so I'm constantly wiping it off so it doesn't gunk up my brush. Okay, keep going. Hitting it. Grab our crushed pearl. Blending it both in. Nice. Okay, last one done. Okay. Let's blend it up. Get that nice little glitter ombre look going on. I hit the tip a little bit more. I like it. Grab our YN top coat, stain resistant top coat again, and we're gonna put a nice good amount on the nail. Over the top, follow through, seal everything in. Now remember, it is best to have a separate top coat for your glitters, and then another top coat for all your nudes and pink and whites. Because it gets really frustrating to try to pick glitter out of your top coat. Now, usually I just do one top coat. I'm not worried if I feel a few bumps of glitter. Usually if you smooth it out, you won't feel hardly any. But if you're worried about it, you can always top coat twice. I just don't like to waste product. Cool, let's do some. All the way through. Make sure we're coating everything really nicely. Make sure we get any off our skin. We're ready to cure it out. Again, we're gonna get it in the light, 60 seconds. After we remove it from the light, we're gonna pull out our swipe and remove that sticky layer. Pumps. And let's wipe it clean. This is also gonna help remove any of that airbrushing paint that got on the skin.
We have our set of nails done. Oh my God, these are Valentine Explosion. My God, they're beautiful, and I love the different ombre happening on the nail. It's got like 3 little sections of ombre. They're so beautiful. Tracey, the big flippin' question is how much?
We are at 120 today.
120
for Valentine's Day to throw up on your nails. We had 3 glitters that we custom made in front of our customer. Remember, if I'm custom making in front of the customer, costing time, I always charge 5 per glitter. We had also the airbrush. The minute I pull the airbrush out, it's $10. That includes 1 color, and then it's $5 extra for the other color. That grand total is 120.
There it is, 120 bucks. Go treat yourself. Go take this to your local salon. Get these nails done. You deserve it. It's Valentine's Day. When you go out for Valentine's Day, you want to make sure your nails are blinging. We will see you next week on How Much.